Salutations, a comet smashed through a station. The blast caused hazardous gas and mass radiation. The public panic due to lack of information and made a killer situation, feeling in the civilization. Still you sit in the basement, say some scientific nation to fail. Blind communities, they read it in braille. Politicians with the skin and scales, pigtails, sending soldiers and shipping sailors, sunken city, divers and trails. Down below, search for survivors, there's no people for several miles. Desert towns around ground zero.
Yo, I promise, I have no idea who that dude is. I can tell you that whoever he is completely spitting on that track. I don't know his name. I don't know the name of the song. I don't even understand even any of the lyrics of the song. But I will tell you this. That dude is straight up spitting. And YouTube, let me tell you something right now. Do not, and I repeat, do not hit me with a copyright because I got that tune from your studio. So I would appreciate it if you guys did not hit me with the copyright. All right. Willie Epting Jr., second segment, ShakeBack Sports Show, Big Game Christian Sports Network. Live, loud, and in color, baby. You already know what it is. To the dopest engineer in the game, Big Day. What is going on? Sports fans all over the planet, you know what time it is. It is that time. What time is it? Well, it is almost draft time. And speaking of draft time, that's who this second segment is being brought to you by. It is being brought to you by us. Who is us? We is us. Who is we? We is the Big Game Christian Sports Network. And it is time. Mark your calendars. April 23rd, Thursday, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. Overhyped, unofficial, and slightly censored NFL Draft Talk live from the Chef's Corner, Fort Worth, formerly known as the Turkey Den, located at 1201 Oakland Boulevard, Suite 1111 in the Funk Town. Join us for active and awesome atmosphere as we discuss, debate, and agree to disagree on who's going where in the 2026 NFL Draft. Plus, come and check out the awesome menu of the Chef's Corner and get a heaping helping of Southern comfort. It's not like you got somewhere else that you need to be that day. So spread the word, invite the family, tell your coworkers, tell your colleagues, tell your friends, tell your haters, tell your loved ones. When you get off work, meet me at the Chef's Corner for the overhyped, unofficial, and slightly censored Draft Talk. Yes, April 23rd, 2023 or 2026, 7 o'clock p.m. Central Standard Time. All right. So just in case you guys missed it in the first segment, first of all, shame on you. Second of all, we were talking about Tiger Woods. I'm sorry. It's gonna take some use to get some used to guys, because I was talking about how I believe we should start addressing Eldrick as Eldrick and not Eldrick as Tiger. So he's 51 years old. We know what happened down in Florida. He checked himself into rehab, and all prayers up for him that he is able to come along and get himself right. All right, Big Day, we're going to get to some NFL talk here in just a second, because everybody out there that knows me knows that I am a diehard Raider fan. And it is the narcotic that remains. The narcotic that remains, I'm sorry, I had a hiccup right there. The narcotic that remains the Oakland / Los Angeles / Oakland / Las Vegas Raiders. And the reason why it is just that is because the minute they get you high, the next minute they get us low. And we have had a pretty darn good offseason in terms of stacking our roster up, right? We've seen the additions on the defensive side of the ball with Quay Walker and others. And there's this guy by the name of Max Crosby. He's a former Baltimore Raven. Not really. We all know what happened with the trade that was, but then the trade that wasn't. So the Raiders, who have the number 1 pick in this year's draft that we promoted a few seconds ago, and all indicators point to Fernando Mendoza, the Heisman winning trophy quarterback from the Indiana Hoosiers, also the MVP of the national championship game against Oregon. and they thwarted Oregon. Oh my gosh, it wasn't even funny. So the debate has begun because Tom Brady, who of course is a minority owner or minority stakeholder or whatever you want to call it in the franchise, reportedly has had way more voice than he has since he's been there. And Tom Brady, when Tom Brady speaks, it's just like E.F. Hutton in the olden days. For all y'all that may be under the age of 35, you may not know what I'm talking about. Really under the age of 40, but Google it. E.F. Hutton. When E.F. Hutton speaks, everybody listens. When Tom Brady speaks about quarterbacks, everybody listens. So what did the Raiders do? The Raiders go out and get Kirk Cousins for a really relatively cheap deal for quarterback standards, even though Kirk Cousins is 40,000 years old or whatever the case may be. No, I'm just joking. He's like 38, 39, whatever. Even though the deal is worth up to possibly $100 and some odd million, only the first year of it is guaranteed. So Donny, Dwayne, and myself have a text message thread, and shout out to those boys, my knockers. Shout out to those boys because they're not here. But we got a text thread, and we've been talking about this since it happened. And we kind of have split opinions on whether or not it was a good deal for the Raiders or whether or not it was a deal that's going to be wasted because Fernando was going to start or he's going to play a lot in this upcoming season anyway. But I'm not so sure that I want Fernando out there. And one of the things that we talked about, ladies and gentlemen, was about how there's been only maybe one or two other presumptive or confirmed number one overall picks that actually did not start the first game of their career. And the only one that I can think of right now is Baker Mayfield when they drafted him first overall in the 17 draft, right? And the Cleveland Browns, of course. And he didn't start his first game until maybe week 4 or 5 or somewhere in there. So why not allow my man to sit the bench for as long as possible, learn as much as he can, let Kirk Cousins go out there and absorb all the lumps. It's not going to look. This is something that I'm calling out Stephen A. Smith because he makes me so sick. And he's always talking so negatively about the Raiders. Okay, they have been bad for a long time. We did just make the playoffs a couple of years ago during the COVID season, and we very easily could have won that game in Cincinnati, but I digress. He makes me so sick with his disparaging of my team. And he says something on First Take, and I don't watch First Take because of him. I watch First Take because of Shea Cornett and the guests that they have. But anyway, he continues to have the audacity to say, well, the Raiders ain't going to do nothing anyway. The best thing about Vegas is that it's a game, whatever rhetoric he's spewing all the time. But I'm like, I don't understand why these so-called experts keep saying that the Raiders are not going to be very good in 2026. When you look at the additions that we have made and you look at what we already have, we have an offensive coordinator who is a quarterback guru who just guided the Seattle Seahawks to a Super Bowl championship with Sam Darnold as their quarterback. They didn't really have a running game. Their offensive line is not nearly as good as ours will be this upcoming season. Their defense, the truth, okay? Seattle's defense was the truth, for real. But at the same time, when you look at what we added in terms on the defensive side and what we already had, Malcolm Kuntz is back, and he's going to play a more natural position for him at outside linebacker in his 3-4 defense of alignment. You've got the former Baltimore Raven, Max Crosby. He's looking to prove something simply because the Ravens didn't think that he was good enough or healthy enough to do whatever. And then, of course, you have Quay Walker that came over. You have the other kid that came over from Philly. And I don't think the Raiders are done yet. I really don't, especially on the defensive side. I don't think that we're done yet because we still have I don't know. I want to say it's just over $100 million in salary cap space. So for them to keep saying the things that they're saying, and I mean all these so-called talking heads out there, I think y'all need to pump y'all brakes. And I know it's the Raiders, and everybody wants to kick the Raiders in the back all the time and in the back of the head and all those things. I get it. I understand it. And it is warranted. But just like, who was it? The Patriots. And if you don't know who the Patriots are, the Patriots just played in the Super Bowl against the aforementioned Clint Kubiak-led offensive team from the Seahawks. And that defense got after Drake May so good that he was so bad. So my question is this. If a team in a division, and you can have the opinion, whatever opinion you want about how good, great, or bad, or terrible they were, if it happened for the New England Patriots, why can't it happen for us? Now, I'm not talking about going all the way to the Super Bowl, but why can't it happen for us? I see you guys. Oh, you know what? I gotta give them shout outs. Shout out to everybody that's watching us on Facebook, LinkedIn, YouTube, Instagram TV. My new homie, Queen T, is in the building. I don't know what she's laughing at, but okay. And then of course, Twitter. Thank you guys for rocking with your boy. All right, so my question is this. Yes, the Raiders had an awful roster in 2025 or 2025. We understand that. It's okay. I admit it. I cried. I've laughed. I've wanted to hang people. We don't condone violence. We don't condone violence on the ShakeBack Sports Show, the ShakeBack Media Group, or the BGC Sports Network. But that is how I was feeling at the time. So I wanted to do all those things. And even in that conversation about hanging folks, I'm playing when I say this, but not really, but I'm playing. I kind of wanted to hang myself as a Raider fan. And look, there is nothing that anybody out there can tell me about being a fan of a team that is in despair, a team that has been disenfranchised, a team that has just been mocked and run amok on all. You cannot do it. But I said this and I posted it on Twitter earlier in the week at SHBK MEDAGRP. On Twitter, I posted this past week when the announcement came out that the Super Bowl, Super Bowl in 2029. So what is that? Like Super Bowl 87 or something like that? Y'all know what I mean. But when the Super Bowl was announced that it's going to be in Vegas at the end of the 28 season into 29. Okay, let's just talk about this for a second. The A's will already be there. The NBA will probably have a franchise there at that point. And the Raiders are already gearing themselves up to be I'm laughing at Joe Kerr on Twitter because I titled the show LA Frauders, and we're gonna talk about that a little bit later. But the Raiders are going to be in a position, in my opinion, in my very strong opinion, in the mix for contention of something. Now, I mean contention of something good, great, wonderful, celebratory. And I don't mean another number one overall pick. So I posted on Twitter, 2029, the Las Vegas Raiders will be playing in the Super Bowl. Mark it, book it, blot it, type it, email it, fax it, MySpace it, Prodigy it. I don't care what you do. It's going to happen. And I want y'all out there that's watching to bookmark this on Twitter. Save this on your favorites on Facebook. Because when it comes down to it in 2029, when you get that notification on your page that says you have memories for today, and you go back and you watch this video and you'll see me saying just like this. I told you. I don't want to hear it. I don't want to hear Landa Jure Morgan. I don't want to hear Stevie J. I don't want to hear Michael James Hamilton. I don't want to hear T-Rock. I don't want to hear Ken Hill. Oh, by the way, check out this edge up, y'all. the dopest barber in the world, Faithful Cuts, Ken Hill. Make sure y'all check him out on Instagram at Faithful Cuts. He is in the Colony or the Louisville, one of those towns over there. But anyway, I don't want to hear from anybody, and I sure better not see no bandwagon fans coming aboard talking about, I'm a Raider fan. I've been a Raider fan. Cedric Bailey, I'm calling you out too. Uncle Said. Let me tell y'all a little story about Said real quick. Said, of course, is the programming guru for the BGC Sports Network. If it were not for Said, Donny, Dwayne, and myself would not have the opportunity to grace these airwaves and these video waves the way that we have and the way that we will continue to do. Uncle Said was a diehard Cowboy fan when we first met him. As a matter of fact, when we had a Super Bowl party over here, and it was the 49ers and the Chiefs, the first one. And that dude almost broke his leg, hip, and spleen trying to jump over my table. And my wife was like, did you see that? I'm like, yeah, if that old dude would have failed, we ain't got no insurance. But anyway, he flipped the switch and became a Raider fan and then said, well, I've been a Raider fan all my life. Really? Really? Well, all your life for me is only about 10 years. And when I first met you 10 years ago, you were a Cowboys fan. So I don't want to hear it. But anyway, so that is what that is. Kirk Cousins, I said all that to say that Kirk Cousins is now the quarterback or one of the quarterbacks for the Las Vegas Raiders. I like the signing. He's the perfect bridge quarterback. He is still very serviceable. Hopefully for him and for us, that Achilles heel or that Achilles injury that he had that made the Falcons have to work everything from the shotgun and or the pistol formation. Hopefully that is completely healed, so we won't be nearly as predictive on offense as those Falcon teams were. And look, we're not asking Kirk Cousins to go out and win the Super Bowl for us. We're not even asking Kirk Cousins to go out and win the division. What we're asking Kirk Cousins to do is to do enough. What up, everybody out there watching on Instagram? I see you. The mayor's watching. What's up, Richwood Noop? I see you, man. You don't like that signing? I'm gonna get your opinion about it on the other side of the break. So yeah, I like the signing because he's gonna be the punching bag that is necessary. So he's gonna look. It's like the sparring partner for Mike Tyson. Now, raise your hand if you would like to be a sparring partner for Mike Tyson. Even with all that gear on, would you still raise your hand to be a sparring partner for Mike Tyson? That's what Kirk Cousins is gonna be. I don't mind it one bit because you're gonna keep the rookie off the field. Your prize pick, our best pick that we've probably had since I would say Darren McFadden. Or maybe even Derek Carr or even Max Crosby or Khalil Mack. But it's only a handful of selections that I will put in the same category or just underneath the same category as Fernando Mendoza. All right, Gerald, come on back with me on the other side of the break. I want to get your opinion about that. ShakeBack Sports Show, Big Day, Dwayne, Donny, Willie Epting Jr., y'all coming back and holler at us. Fellas, life can be heavy. Balancing responsibilities, handling stress, and managing your mental health. It's not easy, but you don't have to carry it all alone. At Don't Jump Life Coach Solutions, we understand the unique challenges men face. I am Willie Epting Jr., a certified life coach, and I'm here to help you navigate life's pressures, build resilience, and regain control of your mental health. Take that first step forward to a stronger, healthier you. Call us at 469-358-5241 for your free consultation today. Balancing responsibilities, handling stress, and managing your mental health. Life can be heavy. I'm here to help you navigate handling stress and managing your mental health. Call us at 469-358-5241 for your free consultation today. It's not easy, but you don't have to carry it all alone. Take that first step forward to a stronger, healthier you. Don't Jump Life Coach Solutions, because even the strongest men need support, and it starts here.
Ladies, life can get overwhelming, but you don't have to navigate it alone. At Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions, we specialize in helping women like you to regain clarity, confidence, and control. I'm Patrice Epting, a certified life coach, here to walk alongside you through life's toughest moments, whether it's relationships, mental health, or building a stronger mindset. Together, we'll create a plan tailored just for you to step into your best self. Take the first step today. Visit Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions by calling for your free consultation at 469-358-5241. You're strong, capable, and deserving of the life you dream of. Let's make it happen together. Visit Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions by calling for your free consultation at 469-358-5241. Whether it's relationships, mental health, or building a stronger mindset, visit Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions by calling for your free consultation at 469-358-5241. Don't Jump Life Coaching Solutions.
What's up, y'all? Welcome back. Third and final segment. Brand new edition of the ShakeBack Sports Show, courtesy, of course, of the BGC Sports Network. It's your boy, Willie Epting Jr. Holding it down, man. Rolling solo. My boys, Dwayne and Donny, well, they decided they want to take a vacation day or PTO or whatever they're calling it. Maybe a sick day. Anyway, Big Day, what is going on, sir? I know you are out there doing your thing. Thank you for all that you do and all that you are. For everybody out there that's checking out over all of the social media platforms, we invite you to drop your comments, whether it's on Instagram TV or Twitter or Facebook or LinkedIn or even YouTube. And please also, we need you guys to do this too, if you don't mind. It's really not that hard. Just go out there and do this for us. I mean, like, easy. Welcome again. Welcome. Subscribe, please subscribe and hit the bell or hit the thumbs up and then hit the bell for all new notifications. All right, Big Day, we're gonna keep on rolling. I was talking to my big homie from high school and elementary school and wherever else, one of my fiercest basketball rivals from back in the day, and we used to argue all the time about the Oakland Raiders and the Dallas Cowboys. That, of course, is Richwood Noop. I know him as Sean, but he is the esteemed mayor of Richwood, Louisiana, Gerald Brown. He commented and he actually said, "You don't like that signing, bro. Like, I don't like the signing." I'm like, bruh, you know me, but you ain't in my head. You don't know what I'm thinking. I mean, I appreciate it, but no, you don't know what you're talking about. I love the signing. Now, will I love the play? That's a different story. All right, before we finish up the show real strong, third and final segment, it is being brought to you by Lake Crest Casino and Hotel. Look, I don't know about you, but I could use a break from time to time. And what better way to spend it than at Lake Crest Casino and Hotel? Lake Crest Casino and Hotel is the ideal weekend getaway to unwind, explore, and enjoy. Located just 5 minutes from Lake Murray at exit 229 off the 35 freeway in Ardmore, Oklahoma, with 89 hotel rooms, 20 full hookup RV sites, boutique shopping at the Oasis, and you can dine at the Lakeside Grill or grab a coffee and a quick bite from the Winning Picks Coffee and more. or check out their full-service bar. Plus, they offer 1,000 of the newest, most popular electronic games with 8 table games, giving players a non-stop action experience. Whether you're into fast-paced games or classic table favorites, Lake Crest Casino and Hotel has you covered like a blanket. So why wait? Plan your getaway and book your stay at lakecrestcasino.com. Again, that is lakecrestcasino.com. All right. I don't know if you guys heard the commercial during the break between segments, but of course, the first one was myself, and then the second one was my beautiful bride. And for everybody out there that's watching, I'm gonna get to you in just a minute, Sean. For everybody that's out there that's watching, this is why I do this. This is what I do this for. There she is. The ring light is in the way. Okay, there she is. Can you see that? Baby, I hope I'm doing you proud. I love you so much, and I miss you terribly. But I know you're having a good time up there in heaven. Thank you for continuing to encourage me through the dreams that I've been having and the words that you've been speaking to me through those dreams. But I do need you to do me one quick favor, babe, if you don't mind. I'm already having problems sleeping. So whenever it is you appear in a dream, I don't really get much sleep because you're not there when I wake up. So can you do me a favor and just kind of chill out when you come into these dreams and let me get a little bit of rest? I'd appreciate it. All right. Okay, Sean, tell me why I don't like the signing. I want to hear this. And while you think of a good fallacy or lie or whatever, I'm going to move on to the Los Angeles Lakers because the word just came out like 2 seconds ago. Luka Doncic, who is in the running for the MVP, who has been on a tear over the last 20 games or so for my Los Angeles Lakers, will miss the remainder of the season because of a hamstring injury that he suffered in the game on Thursday night against the Oklahoma City Thunder. Now, JJ Redick, let me call you to the carpet, sir, because the question is, why do you have Luka in the game where you're down by like 97 points? Okay, maybe not 97, but y'all know what I'm saying. It was a complete and total annihilation at the hands of the Thunder in Oklahoma City on Thursday night. Why is Luka even in the game? This is the reason why you don't leave one of the best players on the planet in a game that has been already decided. Now what are you going to have to do? You're going to have to rely on 67-year-old LeBron James because your best offensive player is now out. And Luka's defense, ladies and gentlemen, believe it or not, and this ain't Ripley, but believe it or not, Luka's defense has really stepped up in these last handful of games. And now you got a 98-year-old LeBron James is going to have to do pretty much everything that he's been asked to do when he was in his 20s and 30s during his Miami Heat days. And that is just not there. Mendoza will be 23 by the time the season starts. He's old enough to get his feet wet. See, that's what I'm talking about right there. That's Richwood Noop on Instagram talking that trash only because he's a Cowboys fan and their arrow is pointing down. But I digress. Back to the Lakers. A 99-year-old LeBron James on a team that doesn't have a whole lot of shooters, on a team that really doesn't play great team defense, and for a team that just got blown out by pretty much the assumptive number 1 seed in the West, thinking that they're going to hold Oklahoma City, and they better hope, San Antonio, and they better hope they hold off San Antonio because San Antonio's got their number all season long. Luka Doncic out for the remainder of the regular season. And you don't just come back from a hamstring injury in the playoffs and next thing you know, you're averaging 40 again. Guess what, ladies and gentlemen? That doesn't happen. That just does not happen. So guess what? You have, again, a team, and JJ Redick, we posed a question earlier back in, I want to say earlier in March. Dwayne, Donny, and I posed the question. Had JJ Redick lost the team? Because at that point, they had lost like 5 out of 6 games, and they were on a downward spiral before they went on this run that they're on right now. So when we talk about what the load that he's going to have to carry, now what you're doing is you're putting LeBron James, who is 107 years old, in a position to be injured himself. So when you talk about the Lakers and their playoff chances, I can only say it. I mean, I can't say it. I'm going to say it the way that Vince McMahon of the WWE, get the F out, used to say it. He used to say it like this. No chance, so that's what you got. That's what Vince McMahon said when he came to the ring. But even more so in the playoffs, once the Lakers get there and they may hold to that number 3 seed, who knows? It's really not going to matter, because if they have the number 3 seed, guess who they're going to go? Like the statement says, if the playoffs were to begin today, the Lakers will be facing off against the Minnesota Timberwolves, who thwarted them in the first round last year in this same seeding matchup. So when we talk about this,
playoffs, don't talk about playoffs. You kidding me? Playoffs? I just hope we can win a game.
Can we get these dudes through the rest of the season without getting injured or more injured? I'm afraid. Not that I really had any faith that the Lakers were going to go further than the second round in the NBA playoffs this year anyway. But no, now it's looking really, really bleak. Okay, let's shift gears. Sean, I'm going to read 2 of your last comments, and then I'm going to move on to the Final Four. Not really much difference. The Raider fans and Cowboys fans were both delusional. I beg to differ 1,000,000%. As a matter of fact, shout out to Greg Hyman, Empire Sports. You can hear his show on the ones and sevens and 2s and 8s, Monday through Friday, right after the hashtag Brothers of Baseball show. He and I, Sean, are going to do a show, or we were talking about doing a show talking about fan bases, and in particular, Dallas Cowboys. And we were going to title the show the Dallas Cowboys. Is it the team or is it the fans? Why are they hated? Is it the teams or is it the fans? But anyway, so now you say you're an OKC guy. I didn't know that. That's new. All right, so let's go ahead and get to the Final Four. We got about 6 minutes left to go, 5 minutes left to go in the show. By the time the weekend is over, Arizona, Michigan, UConn, or who is the 4th team? Good grief. UConn, Michigan, Arizona. I cannot think of who the 4th team is. Well, whoever the 4th team is that's playing UConn, I don't think UConn's going to make it. And I'm scared of Arizona. The reason why I'm scared of Arizona is because they have everything that Michigan has in terms of size, in terms of shot making ability, in terms of defense, in terms of playmaking. They have it all. They are clearly, well, I shouldn't say clearly. Oh, Illinois, my bad. And Illinois can flat out score the ball too. That's a great team up there. Their first time in the Final Four since I want to say 2005. But Michigan and Arizona, a lot of people seem to think that this should be the national championship game, as opposed to the winner of this game and the other game coming out and representing college basketball, men's college basketball in the final. So I'm going to go with Michigan because that's my team. And I love the way they've been playing here, especially in the tournament. And I like UConn. I'm a Hurley fan. Their coach Hurley, I'm a big fan of his. I like that dude. I wish we would have had that dude as the coach, man, when we played in high school and junior high. But the thing is that Illinois, man, they can run up and down the floor. So we could very well have an all Big Ten team, the conference that actually has about 20 teams, but they call themselves the Big Ten Conference. We could have an all Big Ten final on the men's. And let me just say this about the women's side real quick. UConn and Gino A or Gino U or Gino Ariana, and of course Don Staley, South Carolina, and UConn. Same thing with the men's bracket. A lot of people are saying this should have been the championship game. Whoever comes out of that game between UConn and South Carolina is probably going to win it all. The first time, I want to say, I can't remember how long it was been, maybe 2012, maybe, that all number 1 seeds on the women's side of the bracket have made it to the Final Four. Of course, in the men, we have 2 1s in Michigan and Arizona. You have a 2 in UConn, and you have a 3 in Illinois. I'm so glad that Duke lost. Oh, my gosh. They had been playing. Look, I had told Dwayne on the last episode that if Duke continued to get off to those slow starts, they were going to get walked down. Well, they actually went up and had a great start, and got walked down by UConn on that phenomenal shot at the end of the game by the young freshman from Indiana who's going home to play in front of his own crowd at the Final Four. Okay, one other subject before we bounce. Let me just say this about the current climate in the world, and especially with this being Resurrection Weekend. As believers, we know what this week really in its entirety means. We know what Friday means. And of course, we know what Easter means. Easter is not about Easter egg hunts and bunny rabbits and eggs and all that stuff. Easter to me is the second greatest day of mankind. And why do I say the second greatest? Because the birth of Christ is the first greatest. And then his resurrection, his second birth, if you will, that's the second greatest day. And the greatest day of all time in the history of all civilization, my birthday. I'm just joking, but seriously, everybody out there, let's remember what this season is for. Let's continue to pray for our troops. Let's continue to pray for our nations, our leaders. Gerald, that includes you too, man, because you are the esteemed mayor there in Louisiana, and I know you got a lot on your plate out there, man. So prayers up for you as well. And look, there are way more things that unite us than divide us. And people in certain positions of authority or perceived authority and even perceived power think that they have all the power when they really don't have any. And I'm reminded of the scripture that I listened to earlier today when the Sadducees and the Pharisees were asking, by what authority do you come by? And Jesus wouldn't answer them because they were scared that if they said man, they would get stoned. If they said heaven, then they knew that Jesus was a prophet, and they didn't want to have to deal with them. They didn't want to have to deal with that smoke. So that's what it is. Happy Resurrection Weekend, everyone. That's going to be the end of this show. Thank you guys out tuning in and your comments. I really appreciate it. They really, really helped me get through this. Up next, the big homie from Press Box to Press Row, Donny Ware. He's got all your HBCU stuff and more. For the dopest engineer in the game, Big Day. For Donny Epting, the captain. For Dwayne Sutton, the Woster. This is Willie Epting Jr. Y'all stay safe. Hug each other. Y'all love each other. I promise it's going to be all right. And we will holler at y'all again real soon. Peace. We out.